Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode... Oh no, what did we do? Oh, we checked Hephaestus Station to see if we could find information about super steel refinement. And we were unable to find anything there. Or rather, we didn't seem to find anything there. There might be something still on that computer that we left there, guarded by the gas. So I may off-screen going back there at the end of this episode to check that system. But I don't think it's probably there. Then we came back to Lower Underrail and have been clearing this area out of the last of the hostiles within it. At least the ones that are standing around waiting for us to kill them. And that includes the final group here. One group of lunatics is all that remains, and we will have cleaned out, I think, all of the encounters that I can think of up here in Lower Underrail. Let's go ahead and... do it after we look at our character again. Still level 25 is our stats, in case you guys have forgotten. All of our skill points, in case you're curious about what my build is so far. Our feats. Yep. Not a whole lot of talking today. We'll be doing a lot of talking because my plan today is to go over to the Black Sea DLC in order to start it, so we can potentially get greater siphoner leather armor somewhere and open up Ray's ski shop. That's the plan today. And our specializations. All right, and we're good to go. Oh, and equipment, I suppose we should take a look at, right? It's been a while since we looked at our gear. So we're using a conservative medium frequency shield emitter. It's an Unipsi amplifier. Still wearing our anti-thermic sturdy overcoat that we made a while ago. I'm surprised we're still wielding this. It's been really useful. I've been very content with this. Arguably, we don't even need the super steel to make the, I guess, the greater siphoner leather. If I don't really want it, this is actually really nice. I'm surprised how nice the vest has been. Our doctor's pouch, our Tichrome spear, which also looks like it needs a repair, so let's repair it. Energy serrated tungsten steel knife, our infused cave hopper leather tabby boots. Using a taser, we have some flashbangs and a cloaking device. And now let's go ahead and do this. These guys have killed me so many times for giving me so much flippin' trouble. Let's see. Resisted. Alright, but we did get him on screen, as it were. Good. I was hoping we would get the brawler with that. Unfortunately, I can't recursion him because I had to run up. I'm going to use some morphine. I'm going to set ourselves on fire. Use a sprint and then run away a little bit. Oh. Okay. Thankfully, that did not do too much damage to me, thanks to morphine. Slow him down and then run up this way. I'm going to set fire to all of this. To create kind of a wall. They might not follow me up here. Or they might. Good. I'm going to charge in on them. If I can. Because I want a recursion on this psychopath. I'm going to use an adrenaline. Good. He should die next round, I think. And that's it. Woo! Alright. More lunatic poetry. We'll search obviously all the... Oh, nice. I didn't even see the brawler here. I thought he burned to death somewhere else instead. And viewer, that does it. Let's get this... I guess we'll search the barrel. Then we'll do the connection to get to where the large group of lunatics was. And that is our lower Underrail map. It looks like I left some loot in a fridge here, so we're gonna go back there, do some quick inventory stuff, and then I think we bounce around and ask about Aegis Incorporated for a little bit before going to the docks and inquiring about joining them. We are over-leveled for the start, well, that's not necessarily true. The savages are always tough for me, because I hate just waiting around. Oh my goodness, look at all the stuff we have in here. Alright, so let's see. Can I just take all of it? We can. Alright, so then... Oh, we have some remains I didn't search, apparently. And some barrels I didn't search. Take some free bullets. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Oh, since we're near a barrel, we should do inventory management here. Alright, so let's see. So, what do I have? What do I not need? Break down the handgun. We are probably always going to be breaking down light machine guns unless it's obvious to me that they're worth something. Looks like we're just getting scrap from what the lunatics had. Oh, hold on. That's worth a pretty penny. Okay. We can now make a few more repair kits, and then we can get out there again. Oh, we have some trash, so we don't need this. I don't need more hearts. At least, I don't think we will. We have so much blood. We don't need MK2 grenades. I also don't need incendiary bolts. Alright. Where to? Fastest way to get around would be to either go to Southgate Station or Rail Crossing and drink juice. We'll go to Southgate Station and make some inquiries about Aegis Incorporated there. Especially since I've cleared out rat hounds on the way. In the meantime, viewer, what can we talk about while we're walking over here? So we still have, obviously, upper Underrail to do. We have to explore it. There's groups of lunatics. There's ironheads up there, so we have more stuff to explore up in that area. I need to get my stealth gear so I can disable the auto turrets at SRO Station. This way, when we make the assault as the free drones there, we won't have to worry about those auto turrets just decimating us. We also still have the station that we'll need to attack in upper Underrail. We could also pop into Fort Apogee, but that's death, unless I'm really prepared to handle that. I think I have to wait till level 30 or so for that. That's going to be really tough. I've never actually fought Fort Apogee before. I've been tempted, was to do it with Garrett, but decided not to risk it. You said you don't need hearts, Tim. Leave the hearts behind. We have all the DLCs. We still have... Technically, we have more than... Oh, you know what we could also do? I mean, it's a bit of work to get there. But we could check the Lost Vault Trader I think the Lost Vault Trader and I think Oculus, the gentleman Constantine, may sell the Plasma Beam trainer. So we should check them. Although, getting to the Lost Vault's annoying, because we have to fight a bunch of side beetles every time we want to go there. Alright, well, let's start by asking around about Aegis Incorporated. Get a feel for who they are, why they're here, and then we can stop by the docks at Core City to talk with them. Sailing somewhere, kid? Savannah, do you know anything about the Black Sea? You betcha I know about Hell's Gut, kid. Well, can you tell me about it? It's, You ain't planning on going there, are you? Maybe. Her eyebrows leap way above her goggles. No. I ain't taking you there, kid. I don't sail that way. I can tell you about the Black Sea, sure, but only if you give me your word you ain't gonna make me take you there. I know you're kind. You always try persuading people to take you into all kinds of awful places. What if I offered you a lot of money? No. Shut up. No. There are places that I'll go for a price, sure, but the Black Sea? No way, kid. You have my word. You swear? I swear. Good. Now, the Black Sea, the Hell's Gut. Everybody knows that the pirates live there. Know that strange, terrifying creeps sometimes come out into our much colder waters, only to remind us of what lives in the Black Sea. Their kingdom. Remind us that we... Oh my goodness, this sentence. Well, let's do this again. Good. Now, the Black Sea, the Hell's Gut. Everybody knows that the pirates live there. Know that strange, terrifying creeps sometimes come into our much colder waters only to remind us of what lives in the Black Sea. Their kingdom remind us that we should leave it be. Good, that's an awful sentence. I've been there once, and let me tell you, it didn't take much to convince me that the Hell's Gut is a fitting name for that place. Tell me more about your visit to the Black Sea. It happened several years ago. I just ferried some people over from Junkyard to Core City when this older man approached me, dressed in a full spelunking outfit. His pockets bulging from all the stuff he had crammed inside, and asked me to ferry him to the Jaws, the entrance to the Black Sea. It's a large arc, maybe 20 or 30 meters wide, and all the stalactites hanging from above it make it look like, it's got teeth, hence Jaws. Now, I met that old geezer before. I had ferried him many times before. He was quiet, taciturn, always reading or messing around with something. This time, though, I said no to his request. He insisted. I said no again. He persisted. I said no yet again. And then he offered me a lot of coins. I mean, damn it. I thought, I can't say no to that. Well, Savannah, it's only to the Jaws, and we ain't actually going to go into danger of infested sea. It ain't so bad. The things one brain can rationalize when presented with money. Damn. We went there immediately, sailed to the east from Core City. It took us a while. You're getting closer when the water starts getting noticeably warmer, and then... the Jaws. Damn, kid, I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. Really scared. I had heard about the water serpents and giant insects and whatnot, but the old man was as cool as ice rooms. He didn't care. Why do you want to go there? There's something I need to visit there. That's all he said, pretty much. Visit. Quirky old man he was, but he was always in control of the conversation. When he decided to talk, that is. He'd ask you a bunch of questions to persuade you, ultimately to aid some coins, deferring him to a certain place before you realized what the whole thing's about. Anyways, we reached the Jaws, and at this point I had to take my jacket off, as it was getting kinda hot. The first thing I noticed was the so-called glowing canine, a strange monolithic structure struck in the cliff above, kinda like a crooked tooth. And below it, just past the Jaws, you could see beautiful statues of giant men and women. Someone had to build all that stuff. It doesn't resemble Biocorp's usual handiwork one bit. It's both fascinating and intimidating, more so if you look through the Jaws. There were these lights in the distance, bright blue lights, and some were moving, like spotlights they were. We saw strange plants growing in the water under the walls. It was colorful, in the most frightening way. There was an island right ahead of us, but it was mostly concealed by this mist that was floating on the surface of the sea. He told me to stop the ferry next to a tall precipice to the right, just below the canine, and so I did. He told me to wait for him, and he took a climbing axe from his rucksack, checked his gun, some kind of tuned the hell up looking energy pistol, and started climbing. I swear it was as though he had climbed the precipice before. He was that skilled. I looked up above him and stared at the canine he was climbing towards. Its colors, they were so captivating, kid. Cold in hue and yet so vibrant and alive. They were moving. The whole thing was moving. Looking at it strained my eyes, so I had to look away. Besides, I had to be on the lookout for pirates. Those moving lights, those must have been theirs. Then what happened? Horror, kid. He climbed halfway up when I heard a splash behind me. I turned around and there it was, a giant water serpent. 20 meters away from my boat. It rose out of the water hissing until its eyes were level with mine. Its blue scales were glimmering as the water ran down them, its spikes larger than my hand. But those petrifying eyes, they wanted me. I panicked. The engine was still on, so I took a hard turn to the left. Old man was yelling something, but I couldn't hear him. Then the snake spat something at me. I managed to duck in time to avoid it. I turned the ferry around and got away. Full throttle. I heard plasma shots colliding with the water behind me. It's a distinct sound like the water itself is exploding. And then all of it faded to the sound of my, at the time, sweet little TTX 100 kilowatt engine. I had come halfway to Core City when my blood finally rushed back to my head and jump-started my conscious. I had to go back. And so I did. And from a safe distance stared at the precipice. But he didn't come down. The old man didn't come down. What happened afterwards? I returned to Core City. I was shaking. I felt like the most cowardly Quaker in the entire Underrail. But what really got me was when I went to pick up my jacket. The one I took off earlier. It was covered from spit from that serpent. And the spit burned right through it, even bit into the hole, and check this out, corroded it. Even now I shudder to think of that thing. The horrible spit does to flesh. And she briefly shudders, indeed. That's when I started drinking strong liquor. Now I drink it because I like it, but back then, kid, I needed the stuff to soothe the nerves. Happened to the old man? Did someone ever find his body? Guess what? I saw him a week later. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I saw him in a junkyard at the docks, driving some junky old jet ski. Guess he managed to steal it from one of the pirates and escape. He saw me as well and waved, but we never talked again. I feel ashamed about everything that happened, I really do, about me being such a rotten Quaker, and I'm glad he survived. Later on, I saw him driving progressively better jet skis as time went on. He was a strange man. You know his name? I think it was Hank something. Don't remember his last name. Hank Wardell, the owner of our house, or the previous owner of our house. How about that? Well, the most important thing is that you both be out of there one way or another. You betcha. It was a horrible experience, though. Something else, Captain Zavada. Let's go to Camp Harthor. We're finding out about Hell's Gut, but not about Aegis Incorporated, I guess. Captain Coltrane. Ahoy, matey! Hey, Captain Coltrane, do you know anything about the Black Sea? Ah, the Hell's Gut. It'd be north of here and east of Dreadpool. It'd be a place of danger and mystery, aye. Pirates, bloodthirsty, filthy, and deadly, be living there. I've never sailed there, nor have I ever been near it, for it's not only pirates who should be feared, but other things. What other things? There be creatures that rarely venture into our waters. Water serpents so large and toxic they could easily capsize your ferry, or sink it by melting her with the acid spit. Happened to old Salt Captain Bebop, the jazz of the South Underrail waters, because it got near the Hell's Gut. Aye, some say it be pirate chemical weapons, but us ferrymen know better. There be other things as well. Giant crabs, giant bats that suck your blood, bright blue spirits like orbs of light that sometimes haunt those who be sailing near the Black Sea, aye. And those who come too near, the glowing canine can make them go derailed. That's why the pirates are hiding there. No sane man would be looking for him in the Hell's Gut. Alright, let's go to Junkyard. It's gonna cost you 20 coins. Now, laddie, let me tell you a story about the encounter with the Sea Leviathan, a sea serpent 4 boats long, thick as a sewage pipe, and just as fetid. 'Twas near Core City when one of me passengers, a drunken sailor from the far west, be shouted, "Yah, matey! A wild sea mustang approaching fast!" Broderick? What is it? Do you know anything about the Black Sea? Yeah, he points his finger. It's northeast of here. A large body of water. A real sea. That's where the bloody pirates are coming from. No one else goes there but derailed sods and adventure seekers, who also get derailed if they manage to survive long enough. Derailed? Why? People say it's a superstition, that folks like us are just too credulous. But things ain't right there. Ain't right. I've heard stories of people who've been there and returned. Different. Weren't themselves anymore. Like lunatics. They'd be raving about things I'd rather not even mention. Some have been found mutilated by their own hand and not someone else's. They had many cuts on their skin. There'd be animal bones and various ornaments driven into their flesh. People fear the pirates, and that is justified. They are scum. Pure scum. And yes, people are afraid of the ferocious beasts that live there. That's justified as well. But those things can be shot at, chopped up and burned, killed. Those things can be killed. I fear things that can't be. Things that make people cross to the other side of the rails, you dig? How the pirates can live there is beyond me, but I'd stay away even if I knew, because you actually never really know. Looks around nervously. Even talking about it's giving me the creeps. If you wanted to ask me to take you there, the answer is hell no. Let's move on to something else. Alright, let's go to Core City. And the last ferryman, I think, Captain Rasco. At your service, friend. Where are we sailing this time? What can you tell me about the Black Sea? You asking because of those Aegis people at the Eastern Dock? Aegis Incorporated. They're interested in exploring the Black Sea. Precisely. Don't go there. It's full of pirates and vicious beasts, whirlpools and rapids, and who knows what other hardcore dangers. There's a good reason why normal folks don't go there. And pirates ain't normal folks anyway. Nah, they ain't. I've lost a few good friends who were dumb enough to go there. It's one hardcore place. Too hardcore. Leave it to the pirates. They can have it. What do you know about Aegis Incorporated? Security agency from North Underrail. They're protecting some university folks from Dis. That's what I heard. Saw them at the Eastern Docks a week ago. Was it 2? And it looked like quite a hardcore operation. Boats and jets and lots of stuff going to the Black Sea. Of all the places the hell's got, yeah. They're back now. To resupply, I think. Them Northerners coming here and thinking they can outgun anyone and anything. They think they're so dominating. Well, we got guns too, and know how to use them. We sure do. We also know you can mess with and what you cannot. Them folks don't. They'll regret going there, I'm telling you. Alright, take care, Vasco. See ya. I like the stories that they have. I don't think I've ever talked with them about what they saw. Actually, I think I had talked with Savannah, but I haven't talked with the others about it. So I think we'll talk with John the Beautiful after I think he wants a bacon sandwich for what we're about to learn. Oh, we should also talk with Jean, since he'll have some information too for us, I think. And since we've done some work for the free drones, it is tempting to do something different over there. To join a different faction, or try working on my own this time. Okay, well, the first thing we're going to do is store stuff. So, this all needs repairs. Technically, I have the repairs for at least this armor. And this one? No, I don't have that one. Okay, let's see. Gene, where are you, sir? What can I get for you, mate? What do you know about the Black Sea, Gene? I know as much as everyone else. Pirates, serpents, mysterious stuff. Oh. I figure if you really want to learn more about it, go talk to the ferrymen. Yeah, I know. They like coloring their stories with all kinds of hardcore superstitions. There's a lot of truth in what they say. That's my advice to you, mate. Have you heard of Aegis Incorporated? Absolutely, mate. Ever since they showed up at the docks, everyone's been asking about them. They are one of the largest private security companies from North Underrail that have been around for quite a few years. Actually, I was considering hiring them to protect my wife while we were on the trip for North Underrail. I reckon when the Northern Wimps see one of our beautiful Southern girls. Oh, stop you. He smiles. Anyway, they just guys mean hardcore business, and they were having a dominating record, so I didn't mean you really should stop, Gene. I just said it. Oh. Yeah. Why do Northerners need a security company when they have Underrail Protectorate? Well, they need someone to protect them when they come here. You know how dangerous this place is, and not just because of local gangs and such, but free drones, too. They like taking hostages and exchanging them for their own captured comrades. Protectorate can't babysit everyone, so the wealthy merchants and fat rats hire these security companies to escort them. Even though there's a lot more Protectorate in the south, these folks still need private security. Now, what's currently going on is that they've been hired for some kind of an expedition to the Black Sea. So they brought pretty much everything they got, mate. That's hardcore business. Alright, Gene, take care. John the Beautiful. Hey, pal. Got food ready? Hey, I need some specific information. That's what I'm saying. Prepare some food and let's get started. Tell me all you know about Aegis Incorporated, John. You know what? What? Hopper steak. Here you go. Oh, I think I picked up one of those, too. Okay, pal. By now you've probably figured out that they're a private security company from North Underrail, yada yada, so let's skip that. What's more interesting is how the company came to be. Aegis Incorporated was founded by two guys. One is a Protectorate veteran, the other is a wealthy businessman from Dis. The first guy, Richard Briggs, is the guy actually running the show. He's one hardcore guy, was involved in the Battle of Dis 15 years ago, where his arm was blown to pieces, forcing him to spend a few years in recovery. Apparently, even though he got a cybernetic replacement, the nerve damage had been so dominating, the docs couldn't just patch him up and let him go. That meant he had a lot of time to observe what was happening around him and think. The second guy, a businessman called Francis Big Frank White, his job is to provide the money and take his share of their earnings. Not much else. The guy started from the bottom and now owns quite a lot of stuff up north. Appears to be a pretty upsetting citizen as well, unless he's, I don't know, got teen girls fighting to death in his mansion's dungeon arena or something and no one knows about it, but yeah, they better have that in the expansion they're making. Yes, well, now how did these two start Aegis Incorporated? The free drone started, basically. Briggs saw the need to protect folks from the newly emerging anarchist threat in places where the Protectorate couldn't keep them safe, like when they're traveling south and back and stuff like that. He wasn't fit to fight, Briggs, but he was fit to lead. So he hooked up with Big Frank, pitched the idea, and they started the company. Briggs then contacted his old mates and formed a crew of battle-hardened soldiers who could use extra cash. The rest is history, pal. The rest is history. Alright, take care, John. See you around. It's tough to not to want to work for the Aegis Incorporated because they have access to decent merchants. You can learn jet ski stuff. You learn the history about what happened in the Black Sea when you decode those M5 fold devices. I'll think about it. Still haven't made up my mind, and we have time to dwell on it because we're going to be doing everything else first, except getting down here and unlocking this area. Okay. Been a while since I've seen the Aegis Sec Troopers. The Foundry Guard got nothing on us. Let's see what you have in your pockets this morning. Darn it! No, come back, Miss Sniper. Or Mr. Sniper. We need what you have. And raise is shut. Yep, we have to actually go over to the Black Sea to open it up. Take some coins. You can keep everything else. Technician. Oh, light machine gun frames. We'll take 2 of those, and for $5. Wesley himself, some electronic scraps. Since we're here, might as well pick everyone's pocket before we get going. We could use some more morphine before we head over there. Although there's none on that, at least on that person. And the Sentinel. $20. Alright. I mean, I'm prepared for this. As prepared, I think, as I'm going to be. So let's go ahead and head on over. The guard stops you. You notice a badge on his chest, an orange and black shield. The colors being vertically divided at the center. At the bottom, it reads Aegis. Restricted area, sir. State your business. I was told you're going on an expedition to the Black Sea and needed some extra hands. He nods. You heard right? You have any combat experience? Yes. I've done a lot of fighting. The guard nods. We are Aegis Incorporated, a security company from North Underrail. You've been hired to protect scientific personnel during an important expedition to the Black Sea. We need highly skilled and competent individuals with sufficient combat experience. Background in personal protection, station security, or similar is highly desirable, but not strictly necessary. If you are capable of effectively operating alone or as part of a small specialized team, that will greatly improve your chances of being hired. I think it is needless to say that this line of work entails great danger, but in turn know that the monetary compensation we offer will be quite appropriate. How does this all sound to you? Do you think you meet these requirements? I was told you're also looking for laborers and technicians. We were, but we filled our quota in the meantime. Right now, we're only looking for security personnel. So, do you think you meet these requirements? Yes. Where do I apply? Good. Proceed down this ramp and talk with Chief Briggs. Do not wander around the dock. If you interfere with anyone's work, you will be promptly removed. Nod and leave. Nods as well. And morphine. If I do plan on leaving Aegis Sec for something else, I will be glad to have picked these by his pockets. This has got to be the filthiest port I've ever been to. The stench is unbearable. Probably all the waste coming out of Core City. It would be interesting to not read Ladleman and whatchamacallit's conversations together. Skip it for a change. That's the jet ski I want! Well, not that particular one, but we want one of those. Oh, you know what, actually? I have a single hot wiring kit. We can come back and always just steal a jet ski if that's what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, we can do that later. We don't have to do it right now. Technically, nothing stops you from just leaving immediately, I guess, when the combat starts. Trying to get one of their jet skis and fleeing. But I would like to fight the savages once and see how much experience points they're worth, too. You come up to two men having a conversation. They had better be, Ladleman. Yes, sir. I dig. I understand, sir. It won't happen again with these folks. No, I guarantee it. Sir, my sister Lily. Swearing on someone will not make you sound more convincing, Ladleman. Results will. Yes, sir. Understood. Don't worry. These folks will be fine, I swear. With a freezing austere expression, the man turns around to go elsewhere and sees you. A mere glance at him can't but make you feel that this is the type of person who reigns over every bit of land he sets foot in, no matter how small, insignificant, or someone else's it might be. And he is without a doubt the person you're looking for today. Who are you? Name's Tim. Why are you here, Tim? I was told you're hiring mercenaries for an expedition. I want to join. He scans you again, this time more intently, then crosses his arms. As flesh and machine interweave to the sound of mechanical motion, the chief continues. You've been told where you'll be going, correct? The Black Sea is ruthless. It shows no mercy to the untrained and to the unprepared, both physically and mentally. I need only the most competent and most resilient people I can find. I need soldiers, to put it simply. Otherwise, you are of no use to this expedition. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I was up to the task. The rugged man behind the chief turns his head and observes you for a few moments. You read some kind of uncertainty on his face. Uncertain about you, but you aren't able to gather the reason behind it. You've never seen this man before, but could it be that he's seen you? Convince me, then. Why should I hire you? I fought my way to the top, taking the lives of all who stood before me. One by one they fell until there was no one left to fight. I am the Invictus, the champion of the arena. If that is not good enough, then there is no human being that can meet your criterion. Invictus. You don't watch Arena now? I don't follow Southern broadcasts, especially not when... Invictus! Firestarter! It's you! It really is you! I thought you looked bloody familiar, but... You look so different in person. Yeah. This is so freaking hardcore. Man. Lattleman, what are you on about? You don't understand, sir. This man here defeated the greatest gladiator in the history of the arena, Carnifex. The man who ate gladiators for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and perhaps another dinner if he had some more room left. And the match between the two of them, it was... I remember when Carnifex showed up. Get to the point, Lattleman. Sir, you've got yourself a death machine here. The best. The most hardcore. The pipeworkers at Hell's Gut ain't gonna know what zoned him out when... I've heard enough, Lattleman. Well, are you convinced? Yes. I'll have yet to actually see you in action, but for now I'm satisfied enough with what you and Lattleman have told me. For now. Alright, Tim, listen up. We, Aegis Incorporated, have been employed to protect a team of scientists from the University of Dis undertaking an expedition to the Black Sea, or as it's known by the locals, the Hell's Gut. The sea lies in the vast unexplored cavern where a technologically advanced community existed until about 2.5 or 3 centuries ago. Say nothing. After this community was no more, nature reclaimed the sea. The resulting closed ecosystem has produced a large number of unique and aggressive species which, in tandem with pirates and other inhabitants who have settled in various parts of the region, currently pose the largest threats to the expeditionary staff. In addition to that, remnants of the community's defensive systems could still be online, which adds another layer of danger we have to account for. This is just a brief summary. You will receive a full briefing should you choose to join the expedition, in which case these are options regarding your duties as a sec trooper. Either you'll be assigned to basic camp security, to an escort team, or to a recovery team. Given your experience, the last 2 options are more probable, but that I will have to decide once we return to camp. And I wonder why there were so few people here. How long have you been at the Black Sea already? We have set up our camp 2 weeks ago. We've returned here for supplies and additional staff. Additional staff? Sounds more like replacement staff. Your men were killed and you need more. And it's not the pirates because you must prepare for those. No. This is something no one expected. And now you're in trouble. If I'm going to go on this expedition, I'd like to know what's going on. He takes a step, Briggs takes a step closer and puts his substitute arm on your shoulder. The lifeless hand squeezes you gently, in relative terms, before Chief brings his face closer to yours. Don't repeat this mistake. Escape artists break free. In a few swift and elegant motions, you twist yourself out of his grasp, just as he's about to squeeze you harder. Because he is surprised, perhaps even impressed. Yet he doesn't sound it, but instead merely abandons his original course of action in silence. Wow! So he was, I had done this before with one of my characters, where Briggs and I did not get along at all. I didn't realize Escape Artist lets you actually twist out of his arm like that, though. That's kind of cool. He then takes a step back. You have the absolute right to know what you will be getting yourself into, but I will not tolerate this kind of behavior again. And next time I will not be as gentle. It is true. We have suffered casualties. We have lost good soldiers to the pirates and wildlife. These are the risks of the job. Some of the workers, Southerners, have become unsettled, panic-stricken, or have suffered illnesses, and wanted to abandon the expedition. Some of our own staff got sick as well. All of these are relatively minor setbacks, but enough to slow us down and force us to an earlier trip to Core City than we had planned. However, we will not allow any of that to affect our mission too negatively. We're almost finished in Core City, and we will soon resume our mission. Let's discuss payment. Your payment will largely depend on the task you are performing. Your RD payment ranges from 50 to 100 charons per day. The average is around 7 per hour. Escort and recovery duties are paid double or triple that, depending upon a range of factors. What do you mean by escort and recovery? Escort teams escort scientific personnel to certain locations to protect them while they perform their work there. Recovery teams work independently. operating in areas unsafe for scientific personnel, like abandoned facilities or other establishments, with tasks of recovering items of interest, technological equipment, armament, personal items, various samples, etc. Or as I like to call these recovery teams, scavenger teams. Yeah. Be quiet, Lattleman. Therefore, he glances again at Lattleman before fixing on you. The exact payment depends upon the area of operation and danger involved. Superior performance might also induce considerable bonuses to previously mentioned figures. Will I be able to return to Core City before the expedition is over? If necessary. Most of your duties should not require any trips outside of the Black Sea, however. Alright, I've heard all I need to know. I'm in. When are we leaving for the camp? Very good. Welcome aboard. Consider yourself a security trooper for the duration of this expedition. You will receive your gear as soon as we return to the camp. You will also be introduced to the rest of the staff as well as Professor Oldfield himself. Lattleman, what is our status? Sir? How much longer before we are able to return to the camp? Oh, yeah. We're almost done loading the medical supplies, sir. We've got, I think... He looks at his mobile computer. Yeah, frozen meat and power cell crates, and yeah, most of the electronic equipment that Marcus requested still remains to be loaded. And that's it. Yep. I'd say we'd be ready in 1 hour or so, sir. Very good. Very good. He nods a few times. That is faster than I thought. Very good. You heard it. If you have anything else you need to do before we set sail, now is the time to do it. Do not be late. I don't have anything important enough to do. I'll wait here until the crates have been loaded up. Very well. You'll be notified when that happens. I have other things to attend to in the meantime. At last you step into dry land, but your eyes see little of it. They've been enthralled by the cavernous firmament doming over you. You gaze upon the stalactite constellations decorated with dangling roots, gleaming crystals, and numerous bat colonies. These stalactites unmistakably insinuate their arbitration over the sea and the land below them, for death from above, or pretty much omnipresent in subterranean life, has a significant, more acute, supreme, and inescapably terrifying presence here than anywhere else you've ever been before. This realization pierces you mentally, not unlike one of those spliothemic spears could physically. Life underground comes with a plethora of phobias, but this vast place invokes a uniquely crushing, creeping, choking feeling of smallness and utter insignificance in the grand scheme of things, and is only being exasperated by the many sounds violently colliding in this open space, those of air currents, restless waters, and wild yet unseen life, all the while reverberating deeply and rhythmically as though all of them are combining into one singular heartbeat of the cavern itself. Somewhere out there, in the far distance, you can almost hear the faint but distinct sounds of drums and horns, the prime instruments of the undertow of this expeditionary play whose next act has just begun. A voice grounds you. Welcome to Hell's Gut. Hope you brought some light clothes, Tim, because it's dominating hot in here. Lattleman collects the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief and squeezes it to his side. Chief Briggs turns to the two of you after ending the conversation with the other man. Lattleman, after the laborers have unloaded everything from the boats, show them to their tents, and make sure Marcus receives the equipment he requested as soon as possible. Medical tent as well. Yes, sir. As you command. You, Tim, the tent you will be sleeping in is just ahead. The first one to the left, opposite the kitchen. Unpack your things and meet me at Professor Oldfield's tent as soon as you've done so. It's a small tent just past yours, also on the left side. Yes, sir. He nods and turns to Lattleman. And if you see Yahota, tell her to meet me in my tent in about 20 or so minutes. I want her full report on what has been happening in my absence. Yes, sir. I will, sir. That is all. Carry on with your tasks. There's an auto turret here. Alright, that's what makes stealing a bit tricky. Alright, everyone. We made it to the Hell's Gut. I mean, that's not so difficult, given our current level of what we've done so far. And of course, the very first thing I actually want to do is pick people's pockets. And take a look around here really quick. Oh wow, we can take some fusion cells, I guess, on our way out if we really want to. Always make sure your communicator is operational. Oh, right, we definitely want a communicator, because I want to know what hex we're on, or grid we're on here. Guess we get a chance to see if we can actually pick the comm device off the fat guy here, too. I guess we can do that later. Let's actually do what we've been tasked to do. Actually, no, he's right here, so we will pick everyone's pocket here really quick. Get a few bucks. Oh, he has a patroller key. I'm taking it. Just in case I change my mind and we just want to go. Though I don't know which patroller it's for. Are you one of the new sect troopers? I am, though we might not be sticking around. Biohazard boots. We'll want those for when we deal with the insects. Dang, what a place. First time coming here. And here's the comm device. Oops. 1 second, guys. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. As you may have heard in the last episode when I was talking about it, it's still the same day I recorded the last part. My pick line got ripped out of my arm for most of it. About 37 inches of the 45-inch catheter came out of my arm. And so I have a brother who's a nurse who I was asking questions about what I should do. I ended up going to the urgent care, and they refused to do anything because they didn't put it in. They recommended I go to the emergency room, and I refused to go to the emergency room for this. So I, with my brother's tutelage, watching on a webcam, we got the rest of the catheter out, cleaned it. It's now bandaged, and I'm seeing my doctor tomorrow. But it was a bit hectic, running around for about an hour and a half or 2 hours or so and getting it fixed. All right, so I think we picked this guy's pocket, and we got that strange comm device. So we'll use this later. Let's go ahead now and get to our bed. Where we can store some stuff to start. This is our footlocker. I think. Oh, was it our footlocker? I think so. Yes. Nice. We get some free core chips. I'll take those. And what else do we have here? We'll be coming right back for some of this stuff, but I'll leave all the unimportant things here. And I don't... Actually, while we're here, we'll pick the pockets. We'll visit the cook as well. No! Got away. This might be the only time... Well, not the only time. We will work for Aegis Corps Incorporated, I'm thinking, for a little while. He greets you with a rock-solid expression. Today on the menu, grilled crab, mushroom salads. I'd like to take a look at what else you got. Alright, so... Buttery steamed clams are 40 health. 15% mechanical threshold resistance for crab sandwiches. Might be the only time we're going to be getting these, or we'll be getting them infrequently, so I love buying food in this game, so 315 for that. Thank you, sir. The machine seems to be out of order. And what's our objective currently? Speak with Professor Oldfield. Appears the chief notices you enter. Promising enough. Speak of the devil, our new sect trooper. The older man fixes his glasses before inviting you further in. Do come in. Tim, was it? Come in. I am Edward Oldfield, professor of Supercorporation History at the University of Dis. Also the man responsible for this whole expedition. Or so I've been told. A smile peeks through his mustache. I'm pleased to meet you, Professor. Likewise. Welcome to the camp. Right then. Forgive me, but we will have to get straight to the point. Jim, Chief Briggs and I had been discussing you, and we've come to the conclusion that a person with your experience and skill set would be best assigned to one of the recovery teams. He moves his glasses and proceeds to wipe them clean. For this, you will also have to thank Mr. Lattleman for backing your story. His extensive insight into many of the happenings of South Core City is one of the reasons why we've hired the man in the first place. Isn't that right, Chief? Yes, Professor, you are correct. Even though he has proven to be one of the most difficult men I've had the misfortune to work with. Oh, the man is just free-spirited. He is something else, Professor, certainly. He looks at us. But let's not keep Tim idle. Yes, therefore, we feel you'd produce far better results in the field rather than, say, being assigned to a mere guard duty. He inspects the just white lenses. Satisfied with the result, he puts the glasses back on. What do you say? Sounds right to me. If I'm going to be searching derelict facilities, I'm going to need to learn a bit about them and their previous owners. Most certainly. You will receive all the information you need in due time. In fact, your first mission might be just around the corner. For while Chief Briggs has been away, we've made a breakthrough discovery. We've been stuck in the mud for far too long, but goodness me, this will propel us forward like nothing else we've done here so far. And that's precisely the reason why I've summoned you here so quickly, Richard. And it's good news. So Seeger has finally managed to recover some useful data from the NPCs that were recently discovered. Exactly. And turned out to be just the thing we were searching for. This is not good news, Richard. This is magnificent news. Magnificent. As soon as Seeger compiles all the data he's collected so far, he will bring it right. A gust of air passes over your shoulder, disturbing the top papers that are on the professor's desk. A spindly woman enters the tent, her movement so light you weren't even able to hear her footsteps. What follows her is the sound of a shrieking siren. Yahota! Sir, we have a large number of vessels approaching the island from multiple directions. Pirates? Negative. Natives. Some of them are approaching straight from the north, some from the west, but it seems the largest part of the forces are trying to go around to the east and land at the southeastern beach. There's a lot of them, sir. A lot of fragging savages. I tried contacting you over the comm, but you didn't respond. He inspects his communicator. My battery must have died. After taking a deep breath, Professor interjects. It was only a matter of time. Reckon there's another way to settle this, Richard? Only through superior firepower, Professor. Yahota, take teams 1, 4, and 5 and fortify the beach. 2 and 3 will control the dock choke. The rest will defend the camp. If the assault proves too strong, withdraw to the keep and meet up with Team 7, which will be defending the northern side, and establish interlocking fire with their position. Take Tim with you as well. She scans you from tip to toe. This one? Nice to meet you too, Yahota. Where do you find these people? Enough! We have an invading force at our doorstep. Professor, you move to Marcus's tent. It's safer. This one is too close to the shore. Yes, right away. You two, you have your orders. Move out on the double. Affirmative, sir. You, follow me. We could just steal a jet ski and go. But we will do at least one of these, I think. I wonder if we can just kill her. We probably could and just run. But we're playing a good guy, so we're not going to do that right away. And by good guy, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that, period. Let's not do that. Okay. I don't want to get plinked to death by their crossbowmen, but I don't see any at the moment. We'll start with a dilation and move away. We're going to hold this side of the beach. Aim shots are firing at us, but missing. We're going to activate our cloaking field in order to give ourselves more evade. That certainly is a lot of them. Let's see how many of them can be set on fire. Good. It's the crossbowmen I really want to have to set on fire. I forgot how much I like this music. Hey, this is my side, sec troopers. Still stunned. Some of them are running away. Oh! Wait, what? Why is that? Oh, did I reload? I must have reloaded the game and not had the limited temporal increment innervated. That's annoying. Or I must have swapped out my helmet at some point for something. Oh, I did! That's what happened. Okay. I'm not going to use other psionic powers. We will just stay here in the darkness. No reason for us to move up. We'll just wait. What are they doing? This is weird. They're running away? That's more like it. Oh my goodness. Hello. Alright, we definitely don't want to tank out all of them. I hear shields being hit. But not our shield. Wow, that's a lot of range attacks. We do not want to just stand here. And yet we also kind of do want to tank for everyone else. Uncanny dodge. Our evasion should be high enough that we don't have to worry about them moving and hitting me most of the time. And pre-med's off cooldown. Oh my god! That's a lot of them! Beautiful! Good god, that's so many though. It wasn't us who was hit. You've been immobilized. Is that what you say when a net gets thrown on you? I mean, that's fine. It just seems very, formal. Roll! Roll! Im Flatsmehl! Uh-oh. Yehota evaded the net, so she's under attack. We're gonna let this group deal with what's over here still and move over to Yehota. She evaded 2 nets. Uh-oh. Those two will have to deal with what's coming on that side. I think they probably can. It's a brilliant bit. Lots of bursts from a 5mm, it sounds like, but I don't see any deaths. And lots of misses. Oh, it's an auto turret we have here this time. Oh, Yehota. Oh, no, that's a sec trooper. Okay, good. She's tanky for Yehota. I'd love just to charge down here, but we might be netted. Use some morphine. I guess that will do. Yehota just ran away and ran back and kicked him right in the nuts. I guess I approve. Good critical hits from the snipers here. We are entangled, but we have escape artist. Always amazed at seeing the AI also use morphine incorrectly. Morphine should be the first thing you're going to be using if you think you're going to be taking hits. Hello, little guy. He just walks up. Happy to see us, apparently. Blue guard doesn't protect you from bullets. Good job, HSEC troopers. I think this is over. Well, that went very well indeed. Oh, Heartbreaker poison or something. Oh, it affected someone else. Okay, sorry, I was confused. That was my cloaking device still activated. But the sound we heard was someone taking Heartbreaker poison damage. Let's fix this enervation problem now. Only issue with the extra size circuit slot in the helmet is that if you unequip it, you lose that slot. So we definitely don't want to equip our gas mask / detection goggles unless we must do so. We also are unfortunately unable to break down any of the gear on these people. Bone weapons cannot be broken down to mechanical bits. But I do want some of their healing drugs and psionic boosters. We're not using any crossbows from them. We don't need any poisons or bolts. Technically, the bolts can be sold, I guess, but I don't care. But I don't care to take that many of them. I think this was one of the first times I did the first Savage battle without dying, also. Normally I get impatient, move up to try to help, and then I'm incapacitated and killed. Look at all the corpses here. My goodness. And not a single oddity item? They have a chance to drop a 1-point oddity. I haven't seen any of them yet. Alright, that does it. Actually, it looks like there's 2 corpses here. We didn't... No, we searched those 2. Alright, so... no oddity items on the corpses. That's a shame. And they weren't worth too much experience points either. Let's talk with Yahota. Congratulations, you're alive. I report to Chief Briggs. After, I report to your pockets. Wow, she has a lot of ammunition. We can't take any of it off of her. She is too perceptive, too. Okay. Let's stop here, viewer. We've been playing for about an hour, I think. When we come back, we'll continue to do a little bit more of this. We'll figure out what they're here for. We'll get our first task from them, but then we're leaving to go back to Ray's to pick up a jet ski. And then we can come back out here in order to look for greater siphoners, since I want to kill them for their leather, or purchase some. So we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you maybe in the next one. Take care, everyone.